but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate.
Hi, this is TJ Shamborn,
And I'm Crystal Shamborn.
and we are with Victoria's Pet Nutrition.
And UnTamed Life.
UnTamed Life has been something you guys have been hearing a little bit about through us, and it's something we've kind of kept in the dark because we wanted to, for a couple reasons. We wanted to make sure that we had our ducks in line before we actually released what the company was about, so that it looked, so there was some organization to it, and that we were ready to explain to people really what it was. The second reason is obviously we wanted to build some suspense about the company, which it has done because a lot of you have been asking what it's about. So we decided now to put out a video on what the company is going to be basically about. It's not so much of a company as a way of living and thinking, but there's a lot of facets to it. So those are a lot of the parts of the company are still getting worked out, but the main premise of what the company is has been worked out, and we've come to decisions on what we're going to be doing with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you something I've written up because to try and explain it out of the top of my head is going to be a little bit more difficult. And Crystal will chime in after, and we'll discuss it a little bit real quickly. But what an untamed life is, it's a life of free thought and decision. Humanity has been funneled by certain powers on how to think, eat, believe, and treat each other. It has gotten to the point that we can't even think or decide for ourselves anymore. Humanity has become tamed, and we are paying the price for it. Look at the state of the world we live in. Humanity has become full of hatred, judgment, selfishness, lack of love and understanding, and lack of patience towards each other. Not to mention what we have done to our planet and the other creatures we share it with. Humanity needs to get to a place of harmony with each other and nature as our ancestors lived. Having had dogs most of our lives, we have realized they could teach us so many important life lessons. How to live with unconditional love, kindness, forgiveness, loyalty, and honor. Dogs live untamed. They live by nature's laws. If humanity lived untamed, our world would be a wonderful place to live. We are trying to bring untamed harmony back to humanity through helping bring awareness to this issue. We will be holding seminars with many different speakers to bring awareness to this issue. We will also have our own product line of supplements, fitness programs, and nutritional programs to help people and pets get back in harmony with nature. It's time for us to own our life and to live untamed now. So that's kind of a brief summary of what we mean by untamed, an untamed life. People, it's like people think they need to follow one thing or another. They have to be one political belief or another. They have to follow one diet or another. Or they have to have one religious belief or another. And what it does is it closes off their mind to the rest of the world. They become closed-minded and very judgmental of other people, judgmental of their race, their religion, their sexuality, their beliefs politically. And if somebody has the opposite beliefs of you, right away they're wrong. And that's what we're trying to get away from. We're trying to get people to blend and have more of an open mind and realize that, you know what, just because you're this and you're not that, that might have some good points to it. And if you blended those ideas together in your life, this and that you might have a happier and smoother life and be more accepting of all the other people around you. Because you're not just shutting yourself off to, well, I'm this, and you're that, and I can't deal with that. They say some of the best relationships are yin and yang, and that's definitely Crystal and I, because
Absolutely.
I am one way on a lot of things, and she is very much the other way. She's very grounded. I'm very hyper and spastic all the time. So it makes a very good marriage because we equal each other out. The other thing I just recently came upon, which I thought was really insightful, is the only way to truly understand something is to separate yourself from what you are. And what I mean by that, and a good example of this, and I'm not referring to race when I use these colors in any way, simply colors. But if you're the color black, the only way you can understand what black is if you become white. Because if you've always lived in black, you have no idea what black really is. The way to understand it is to step out of your environment and now look at it from the outside. So if you're something, step out and be something else, and now look at what you were before, and then you'll have a better understanding of it. The most times people refuse to do that is because they're afraid. They're afraid of being wrong. They're afraid of having to rethink how they've thought about everything. And now, so it's easier for them to just cling to what they've believed or what they are or what they're doing than to try and accept others or accept another way of thinking or even blend those ways of thinking in order to change. But if we do that, the world would be a much more peaceful place. I've often said, if you grew up in Dallas, most likely you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. You grew up in Green Bay, most likely you're a Green Bay Packer fan. So a lot of times what we believe in or what we do or what we think has more to do with how we were brought up than really what's right or wrong. All right, so that's, Crystal didn't get to say a lot, but I got rambling. But that is basically what Untamed Life is going to be about. We're going to have seminars with various speakers coming in. This is going to be a slow-moving process, so don't expect a lot right away. We're going to have, we've got a really great nutritional line we're working on. We're going to have fitness and health programs for people for trying to get better, in not only in better shape, but in better health. And we've got a really awesome clothing line that we are working on right now with very inspirational type sayings on that are a little more trendy so you can wear them out and about. All right, so tune in, look for our Facebook page, Untamed Life at Facebook. We also have a website up now, untamedlifenow.com. So check us out there, or if you have any questions, you can always call Victoria's Pet Nutrition, 920-923-1991. Ask for Crystal or TJ, and we'd be happy to help you. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Bye-bye.